So last year, my physics teacher was explaining the projectile concept. And he was listing down equations and talking like always. And we had a test. And I failed the test, simply because I forgot to write down the equations on my hand, which I don't usually forget to do. So when I got back home, I was really pissed off. And I decided to build a game. And I guess you're familiar with Angry Birds, the game where you basically have to hit the pig with a bird. Well, that's exactly the projectile concept in physics. So I built him an Angry Birds-like game where my head was the bird, and where he was the target who's going to die. And I did that to prove to him that I actually understood the concept while merging it with what I do best. I had to put time and effort to learn and build my game. I had to design animation, I had to research frameworks, and I even took an online course in game design on Treehouse, and much, much more. See, the point is, I was studying, and I was learning. But the only difference is that I was studying something I wanted to learn for my own purposes, instead of something I was forced to study. So my teacher played the game, he killed himself a couple of times. Everybody in the school played the game and killed the teacher a couple of times, and we all lived happily ever after. Right? Yeah, it's wrong. We didn't. Let's look at the facts. Even though I showed a working prototype of the concept through doing what I love to do, I still have failed the exam. Because what I love to do doesn't count in school. In fact, school teaches us not to fail. We lose points if we fail. But in my work life, if I don't fail, I don't improve. When we started Saley, we spent over 3 months building a product that turned out to be the most buggy code ever made. We spent time, effort, and money on it, and it was terrible. Even my mom didn't like it. And so in school, I would have taken an F- and failed, and that's it, all over. I can't do anything about it. But in real life, we took the code, we built it all over again with improvements and changes based on the feedback we got. And then we launched the app for the public, and people loved it. And today we have thousands of users on the platform. And the fact that I have failed at some point is really paying off. So for me, failure should not be something to avoid. In fact, we should be allowed to fail more often in school. We should learn to see failure as an advantage instead of simply running away from it. Failure was the second problem I have with school. The third problem I have with school is why can we only learn with kids our own age? Like, what's the strategy? So when I went to the Apple conference, I thought I would be the youngest guy there. I'm 17, I build apps, they think I'm cute. And I walked in, and I was surprised to see 12-year-old kids. I saw 12-year-old programmers. Yes, they deserve a clap. And I felt old. When I saw those creatures, I was like, why? But come to think of it, I prefer to learn with that 12-year-old kid because we have common goals and we have common interests and we can build things together and we can learn together. In fact, thousands of us are being born every day. And school, as it is today, is not ready for us and it's not serving us. Even universities are not ready for us. So just imagine school. What if school was more about learning and less about succeeding in a system? What if school gave me the right to stand out with at least one thing I do better than the others? What if school helped me get better at what I love to do? And now, imagine with me. Imagine a school where that 12-year-old kid and I can learn together in the same classroom. Imagine a school where we can learn about how things work by actually making things work. And this is not only for programming or design. This goes for every other profession out there. Now, imagine a school where kids don't get punished for failing, a school that has customized assessment criteria that fit multiple styles of learning. And now this one requires most imagination. Imagine if parents demanded such schools for their kids. Now, I'm speaking right in front of you now, and right after tomorrow, I have a math test. I'll have to forget about everything I just said and focus on my math test, because I have no choice. Should it be that way? Should it really, really be that way? Well, I think school could be much, much more if what I love counts in it. Thank you.